What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to the Wolves Liverpool post-match analysis video, and also we will talk about Liverpool's future and Jurgen Klopp's future because many fans and many journalists are speculating, will Jurgen Klopp walk away from Liverpool? Will he get sacked by FSG? I really hope not, because Jurgen Klopp should be the last man right now to get out of Liverpool. Half of the players and some of the coaches need to go before Jurgen Klopp, and I want a major clear out at Liverpool in the summer because half of the playing squad is not playing anywhere near their full potential. Last season Liverpool almost won the quadruple. We were 15 minutes away from winning the league title. We were a Courtois masterclass performance away from winning the Champions League. We won the League Cup and the FA Cup, and we almost made history. And the fallout and also the decline, the sharp decline, the collapse that we have seen at Liverpool collectively, the players, the coaches, the manager, the whole football club is in a full-blown crisis, and I have never seen anything like this before at not just Liverpool, at any other football club, that they can go from getting 93 points in the Premier League season, only conceding 26 goals, I think last season we conceded. This season, after 20 games, we already conceded 28 goals. We have 1 point in 4 games in 2023. We are bottom of the Premier League table, if you just count 2023 games. We are in relegation form. We are in free fall. And I really don't want to talk about relegation, but the last time Liverpool were in a similar kind of season was in the Roy Hodgson era. And if you are old enough as a Liverpool fan, then you know that that was some of the worst time to be a Liverpool fan. And my only hope is that this will wake people up at Liverpool, that a major clear out and a major overhaul is needed. And if you neglect the playing squad without, investment, especially the midfield, but also you could argue that the defense, because Matip is not good enough anymore. He had an absolute shocker last night. The first half, Matip put in an absolute disaster class. He scored an own goal. He was all over the place. Wolves could have scored 4 or 5 goals. Second half was, you could argue, a better performance from Liverpool. We created chances. Darwin Núñez should have scored 1 or 2 goals. Mo Salah had 2 chances, but he fails to hit the target. Mo Salah's drop-off is staggering. Our attackers haven't scored a goal in 5 games, and usually that's where Liverpool's goals have come from. And if you pair that with an absolutely shocking midfield and a leaky defense, it's a recipe for disaster in the Premier League, because the Premier League, you get found out. If you don't put in a 100% performance, then you are going to struggle big time. And Wolves are fighting against relegation, and they thrashed Liverpool 3-0, and it was fully deserved because Liverpool, as I said, they didn't put in a challenge. In the first 12 minutes, Jurgen Klopp said it's not allowed, and I thought that we were over this after the Brighton game where we lost 3-0. In the Premier League. Brighton had a similar thrashing of Liverpool, and after that we saw improved defensive performances, but without Konate and without Van Dijk, the Gomez-Matip partnership has no leadership, and the whole defense had no leadership basically, and also the midfielders are not pressing with enough intensity. I'm sorry, but why is that Wolves, in the first few minutes after Liverpool had a full week of rest, the Wolves players can just pass the ball around without anybody closing them down, without anybody stopping the over-the-top through ball before the first Wolves goal, or without anybody stopping the cross before the second goal. Robertson is just standing there, just a good 4 or 5 yards off the Wolves attacker, who has all the time and the space to look up, see where all his teammates are, cross the ball in. One of the other Liverpool defenders tries to head it clear, but he heads it straight to Craig Dawson, who absolutely thumps it into the roof of the net. No chance for Alisson. Alisson and Bajcetic are the 2 players that I have, any sympathy for, because they really put a shift in. And if it wasn't for Alisson, I'm honest, Liverpool would be almost in the relegation zone, or maybe even in the relegation zone. We would have conceded 15 more goals without Alisson. One of the major problems at Liverpool, of course, is the injuries, but you can't can't also explain that many of Liverpool's top performers last season, who were putting 8 and 9 performances out of 10 every single week, now they are putting in 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10 performances every week. That's such a big drop off from that last season that I've never seen anything like it at Liverpool. And Jurgen Klopp looks helpless at the touchline. He must be thinking to himself, what can I do? What can I say to these players so they put a proper shift in? It's like the players absolutely lost any belief and any confidence in their own ability, and also we lost the pressing intensity, and that is Liverpool's identity. That is the absolute hallmark of the playing style that Liverpool are playing under Jurgen Klopp. And if Liverpool are not pressing with enough intensity, our whole game plan falls apart because everything comes after that. And we are half a yard or 1 yard off the pace all the time. And that completely derails Liverpool's defensive shape. The teams are just easily playing through Liverpool at the moment. And I can't wait until Gomez and Matip are out of the team, because I mean, as a partnership, I don't want to see them ever again, but we have to because we have no other fit centre backs. But I would honestly put in Nat Phillips right now instead of Matip, because Matip is playing his absolute worst football in his Liverpool career. I love the guy, but he's in a really bad run of form, just like Fabinho, just like Henderson. You have to get these guys out of the team and you have to put in somebody else. Give Nat Phillips a chance until Van Dijk comes back and Konate comes back. And when, of course, Konate and Van Dijk plays, and when Luis Diaz and Jota plays in this team, we will be much better. That will be already too late for the Champions League qualification. I think top 4 is absolutely gone after this result. And even European qualification will be a massive struggle. And I don't want to even think about what Real Madrid will do to this Liverpool side. If we defend like this against Real Madrid, we will be destroyed. And I'm talking a 4-0, 5-0 potential thrashing at the Bernabeu. That is, I mean, I don't even want to think about it. I think Liverpool play the first leg at Anfield, so at least we will have the home stadium. But I mean, Everton under Sean Dyche looked a lot more compact. They beat Arsenal yesterday in a brilliant performance. So even the Liverpool-Everton game is not going to be a walkover for Liverpool. But we have to get back to the fundamentals. If you don't defend well and compactly, and if you don't press the guys who have the ball at the opposition, you have absolutely no chance in the Premier League. And I don't understand, where was the intensity from Liverpool's play in the first 15 minutes when we had a full week's rest? So Liverpool had all the week to prepare for this game, all the week to really recharge their batteries and go all out against Wolves. And we were just so slow and so like reactive and not proactive during the first 15 minutes. It was a shocking start, and after that Liverpool lost even more confidence at 2-0. And yes, we had some good patterns of play. We created some good chances. Darwin Núñez had some really big opportunities. But again, he just has this run of form that he can't score no matter how big or how many big chances he gets. And that's very worrying because it is compared with, compiled with Salah having his worst run of form in front of goal, I think, in his whole Liverpool career. In a dysfunctional Liverpool team, you have to say that. And we really desperately need Diogo Jota and Luis Diaz back, and Bobby Firmino back as well, because our current front three is just not scoring goals. The defense is leaky, the midfield is a shambles. Even with Bajcetic, Keita and Thiago, we didn't look much better than what we did previously, but it's actually bad. It's a lot better than what we looked against Brighton. Even though this was also a 3-0 loss, this was a much better performance than the Brighton game, because that was just the absolute low point in Liverpool's season. And also you have to question how Liverpool allowed their coaches and the manager to have excessive influence on shaping Liverpool's overall strategy and also the transfers. I think Jurgen Klopp and Pep Lijnders are deciding who Liverpool sign and not the whole club, and that's why there has been a major clear out of staff, a major like wave of staff quitting at Liverpool, and you have to question, is that the right strategy, and why is the club FSG allowing that to happen? Probably because FSG already decided probably 6 to 12 months ago that they will sell the club, so they are not interested anymore. And when the owners are not interested, then people can do whatever they want, and there is not a clear strategy in place anymore at Liverpool. And I really am very hurt and disappointed, and this was an absolute disgraceful season so far by Liverpool, and the players know it, but the problem is that they can't get out of this slump at the moment, and I don't know what it would take for Liverpool to finally wake up and smell the coffee and go really hard for the second half of the season. We need much more intensity. We need much higher energy, much higher intensity pressing. The Liverpool players mentally look absolutely done after last season, and that's human nature. You absolutely do everything you can to achieve the quadruple, and you fall just short. And the Liverpool players' reaction was that maybe it's not worth putting in the effort anymore. That's not allowed, and Jurgen Klopp has to fix it. And if the players don't listen to him, you have to clear out half of them. I mean, I would at this moment in time, I would sell Joe Gomez, I would sell Joao Matip, I would sell Henderson, I would sell Fabinho. I would probably not renew the contract of James Milner and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I'm still torn on Naby Keita, just because of, if you clear out like 10 players or 12 players, you can't bring in 12 players. I mean, not at Liverpool, that's not what Liverpool usually do. But maybe this season will be the catalyst for people waking up at Liverpool in charge of transfers, that there is a major clear out needed, a major overhaul needed. And it's unacceptable for Liverpool to be in 10th place and not put in proper performances. And you also should question who gave Jurgen Klopp and Pep Yildiz growing influence in the strategy of the club when it was already operating with elite structure, which led to the brain drain. I mean, Klopp and Yildiz getting a lot more influence led to Michael Edwards, Julian Ward, and Graham, the I think chief doctor, going and leaving Liverpool. It is clear why FSG told Mike Gordon to leave his role directing football operations, probably because they wanted to sell the club, but still it's an absolutely unacceptable shambles that what is going on at Liverpool. And we conceded 3 goals against Brentford, against Brighton and against Wolves. So in 3 of the last 4 Premier League games, Liverpool lost by conceding 3 goals. And that is unacceptable and unheard of. And it's a real shambles. And I really hope that Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool somehow fix it. But yeah, that's my thought. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I already made an extensive video about all the other reasons for Liverpool's downfall. Yesterday I uploaded it. Make sure to watch it because I think it's very informative. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.